Welcome. Once upon a time, there was a young monk named Ananda who approached the Buddha with a troubled mind. He had been grappling with excessive thinking, constantly losing himself in his thoughts, and struggling to stay present in the moment. Ananda expressed his distress, saying, "Master, I find it difficult to calm my racing mind. I am always lost in thought and unable to find peace. What can I do?" The Buddha gazed at Ananda with a compassionate smile and said, "Dear Ananda, I understand your struggle. Overthinking is akin to a forest fire, capable of consuming everything in its path if left unchecked." Ananda looked puzzled and asked for clarification. "I don't understand, Master," Ananda admitted. The Buddha continued, "Think of your mind as a forest and your thoughts as the trees. When you allow your thoughts to run wild, it's like igniting a fire. The more you indulge in those thoughts, the more fuel you add to the flames. Soon enough, the fire becomes uncontrollable, leaving behind nothing but ash and destruction." Ananda nodded slowly, beginning to grasp the analogy. "But what can I do, Master? How can I extinguish this fire?" he inquired. The Buddha replied, "The first step is to recognize that your thoughts are merely thoughts. They do not define you, nor do they have power over you. They are like passing clouds in the sky. Observe them, but do not cling to them." Ananda appeared skeptical. "But how can I achieve that? My thoughts are ever present, always nagging at me," he confessed. The Buddha smiled and said, "I have a story for you, Ananda. Pay close attention to the tale of the two arrows." He proceeded, "Once there was a man walking through a forest who suddenly got struck by an arrow. The man experienced intense pain and cried out in agony. As he lay there, another arrow pierced him in the same spot as the first. This time, his cry was even louder. A passerby witnessed the man's suffering and rushed to his aid. "What happened?" the passerby asked with concern. The injured man replied, "I was shot by 2 arrows." The passerby was puzzled and asked, "But why did you allow the second arrow to hit you? Couldn't you have dodged it?" The injured man sighed and responded, "It wasn't the physical arrow that caused me the most pain, but rather the arrow of my own thoughts. When the first arrow struck me, I felt pain, but it was bearable. However, I began worrying about the consequences of being injured. What if I couldn't work anymore? What if I lost my home? What if I died? Those thoughts hurt me more than the arrow ever could." Looking directly at Ananda, the Buddha explained, "Do you see, dear Ananda? The first arrow represents the unavoidable pain of life. It is something we must endure, but it is also something we can manage. On the other hand, the second arrow symbolizes the unnecessary suffering we inflict upon ourselves through our thoughts. It is avoidable, and we have the power to prevent it." Ananda started to comprehend the lesson unfolding before him. Curiously, he asked, "So, what can I do to avoid the second arrow?" The Buddha replied, "You can begin by practicing mindfulness. When you notice yourself becoming lost in thought, gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Observe your thoughts, but do not cling to them. Let them pass like clouds drifting across the sky." Ananda nodded slowly, determined to make an effort. "I will try, Master, but I anticipate it won't be easy," he confessed. The Buddha smiled knowingly and replied, "No, it won't be easy, but it is undoubtedly worth it. When you cease overthinking, you will discover peace and clarity. You will perceive the world as it truly is, unburdened by imagined scenarios." As their conversation came to an end, Ananda felt grateful and uttered, "Thank you, Master, for your guidance and wisdom." With a serene expression, the Buddha responded, "You're most welcome, dear Ananda. May your journey toward tranquility be fruitful, and may you find profound understanding along the way."